Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Hicks Morning Show. I'm Tony T with here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Get my free picks for today's card. In today's show, we'll have you picks for here from college football. We'll also have picks from you from this NBA card. Back to the NBA Cup today with 9 games on the board. NHL, we have college basketball as well up on the board as well. So, guys, first thing you want to do is give us that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. Really helps us build up our audience when you do this. So, we'll say hello to our capper, El, and we'll get right to the picks because we don't mess around here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. El Ninos, how's it going?
Doing all right. Just when I thought I got my NBA back on track, which got back on track yesterday, NHL went south on me, unfortunately, and that's what I went heavier on yesterday. So got a push on that on the football game. I was hoping to get up 14, instead went back down to 13, and I guess I'll take it and try to get up this weekend on the NFL.
Very good there. Yeah, that was rough. You could have gotten a 13 and a hook. There were 14s, 13s, so it all depends on what number you got. Hopefully you shop your numbers. Hopefully you guys have some prediction markets out there where you can find good numbers, especially you can find them on the Profit X's and some of the Robinhood accounts up there, call sheets. You guys should really expand your outs now because I wouldn't be surprised if you had some sort of prediction market. You could have probably, if you wanted the dog, you probably could have found that hook in the 14. Or if you wanted the favorite, you should. Worst, you could have gone there as a push out. There's just so much now options for bettors.
Oh yeah, I mean you gotta love it. Yeah, especially, I was just talking to the guys yesterday. I was talking with the Rod and Al there, Vegas Al. And I was just, I mean, obviously we know this, the more bets you put in, the more juice adds up, right? Even when you're winning, that juice adds up the more volume you put in. And yeah, with the new markets, you just gotta love it. You're just getting better prices. And yeah, even when you do pay up for that hook, you're usually getting, you don't have to pay up as much as you used to. I'll put it that way. So it's great to see, and yeah, hopefully it keeps heading in that direction where. Because, like I said, this Hard Rock app is tough to beat here because a lot of people still sticking to the old school books and they're a little hesitant to take that leap towards these new type of markets. But, once you go there, yeah, it's tough to go back to these. I haven't really been back on my Hard Rock app.
I mean, it's like stock trading. I mean, I've been around for a while, so I remember the days when if you wanted to make a stock trade, you pick up the phone, you talk to your agent, and you paid a high commission. Well, once Scott Trade and all the others started coming with low commission online, online should have always been low commission. I don't understand why you're paying the same price or higher for an online bet than you did an in-person bet. To me, it makes no sense whatsoever. In the stock market, you paid more because you did a with a person, but self-service should be low cost, just like it is in gas. Some of you may be old enough to remember when you pumped your gas, you had two prices. One when you pump the gas and you're on your own, and one when they help you pump the gas. But online should be discounted rates. And that's what you get with these prediction markets, call sheets, Robinhood, Profit X. You get low commission betting, which we want. It makes no sense that you should be the same when you do it online and an in-person. It makes no sense.
Yeah, well, I guess when you're out here in Florida and you're like, you got the monopoly like the Hard Rock app does, you could do whatever you want, right? You could put whatever prices you want on these games. And people just bet them because, I guess they have to. And now it's a little different. So I haven't really checked much lately. I guess I should go back and look because, I mean, the more, it's pretty recent that all these states got added. And again, a lot of people still hesitant to get on these books, but the more people get on them, I think the more the other books will have to adjust. So we'll see how it plays out, but right now I'm happy with as you said, Profit X.
Yeah, Profit X, call sheet. I just spelled correctly there, JM, right there. That's how you spell it. Low commission, -101s, and if you're looking at alternate numbers, you get very good values because you're betting against other bettors. You're not going against the house, so that's why the operator takes a very low commissions, and those have a lot of volume in there. They have volume in there, especially call sheet because it's tied into your Robinhood account. So you get investors, stock players now. With the option just on the screen, I can now make sports bets in the prediction markets. So basically tied into commodities. I think in the tax bracket, I think in the tax situation, it goes to the federal instead of the states. So you don't have to deal with that state tax nonsense that you get with these high tax rates. So that's kind of untied there with the market. And I think that's the way to go with sports betting is just get into the prediction market. Stay away from these states, you give the states the power, they screw it up by with these high taxes. It's ridiculous. But that's the way to go is prediction markets. Profit X, and those are the way to go now, guys. You really should have some prediction markets in there because you're getting better numbers and you're paying low cost commission. Low commission betting is really what it should be. I don't know. Again, I'm just why they say this again. I say it again. You shouldn't be paying the same juice for an online bet than you do an in-person bet. It makes no sense to me. But anyway, let's get
especially when you got thousands of books to choose from these days. So yeah.
Yep, no doubt about that. All right, let's get on with it. Now, so we'll look at college football. We got some power conference schools, some interesting matchups here. ACC to start off, Clemson, Louisville. We see Louisville 2.5 to 3. It opened 3.5, so there has been money here on Clemson. Louisville 2.5 total, 51.5. Minnesota and Oregon. Here we got Oregon laying 25.5 here, total 43.5 and 44 in some spots. We go over to Al Nino's.
Yeah, I like these records would definitely push you to believe that Louisville is the play here. But then again, you're laying less than a field goal at home, so it doesn't show much confidence in that home team there. And I'll go back to my good old trusty Clemson in the first quarter look here, just getting that half point. It's been coming through for me. Even last night with the Jets getting blown out, they got off to that hot start, and again, it just doesn't leave much room for error if you're laying any kind of points in that first quarter. You just don't get enough possessions to make up for any kind of slow start. So I'll take Clemson to at least keep it close early and take the half point with them in the first quarter.
Yeah, from Nino's. Yeah, we don't have a promo code for you, JM, on the cow sheet, so that's. There you go. All right, I'll tell you here what I like. Yeah, I like Clemson in this spot as well. I think the quarterback play with the Klubnik versus Miller and Moss here, Louisville here against these good rush defenses, 2-4 the spread at home. You get Clemson on these fast tracks. They play on grass, so now you got them on field turf. 5-2 the spread on the road and field turf, so they'll be able to utilize their speed on this faster playing surface. Louisville at home in conference play has run well, but they've been inefficient in the quarterback position. That's why I like Clemson, because they're getting better quarterback play here on the road. I'll look at Clemson in this one. Boy, this Minnesota-Oregon game, right? Boy, Minnesota's been smashed on the road here against two quality teams, right? You have to if you think Oregon is a playoff quality team, then look what happened to them on the road against playoff quality teams. They've just absolutely been smashed. They're 0-3 on the road this year in conference play. 0-2. They lost 41-3 at Iowa. 42-3 at Ohio State. Those are their Big Ten losses. I do believe they also have a bad loss at Cal early in the season. Yeah, I can only look here at Oregon here laying the number against. Because again, if you believe Oregon is a playoff quality team, look at those two opponents that crushed them: Ohio State and Iowa, two quality Big Ten teams. Because Oregon getting past Iowa with that late field goal there to get the win there. So I'll look at Oregon in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony X Morning Show. We'll take a look here at the NBA for today. We're back to NBA Cup action here. We'll see how these teams do. Usually, when I look at these Cup standings, El Nino's the last couple of years, it seems to me that you pretty much have to run the table here in the early rounds. Very rarely do you see some of these teams with a loss on their belt to get into knockout stages.
Yeah, well, you got to just I guess try to pick out which teams are hungrier for it right early, we're getting these massive spreads. And so far, I mean, it's been rough on these dogs, right? We've seen a lot of blowouts. And normally, I could in the NBA, you could almost take double digits almost blindly, except against a couple teams. But, yeah, it's been rough for these big dogs so far. So expect some more blowouts, I guess. And I actually like a lot of totals in this one as well. We're seeing a lot of offense, and I just don't see that trend slowing down anytime soon, especially with these matchups we got today. All right, let's get to it here. We'll do 3 blocks of 3 here. We start with Nets and Magic here, an ugly looking matchup here. Magic here laying 13.5 here, total 224. Heat and Knicks should be pretty good. This is your Amazon. I have to get used to this Friday card. It's no longer ESPN. It's Amazon Prime on Friday nights now. Here, we got the Knicks here laying 5.5 and 6, total 238. Sixers and Pistons here. Pistons up to 5.5, total 231.5. And look at the injury reports here. We got for Miami, Adebayo, Hero, and Rozier out. Jalen Brunson, a significant injury here for the Knicks. He is out of this one. Nets and Orlando, Cam Thomas, Highsmith still out. Sharp is probable.
Boncaro out here for Orlando, and Wagner is out as well. As we go to Philly and Detroit, it's going to be Embiid and George out. Edgecombe is questionable for Philadelphia. On the Detroit side, Harris, Ivy, Sasser, and Thompson out. We got Stewart, Duran, and Cunningham all questionable here. So some significant injuries here in these cup games. We'll go over to El Ninos.
I like the over in that 76ers Pistons game. Detroit 6-5-1 to the over. Philadelphia, more importantly, here's 7-4 the over. Now that Embiid injury could hurt them a little bit, but again, I just think we see more offense than defense in this one. So yeah, maybe keep an eye out for that Embiid update later on. I'm sorry. A small lean to the Nets. I just don't think the Magic should be laying this kind of number. But again, as I mentioned before, just be careful with these big dogs. I'm not going anything big on them or anything like that, but I think they should be able to keep this one within single digits. They've been getting blown out left and right. I just can't be laying 13.5 right now with Orlando. And Knicks Heat. I'd lean to the Knicks a little bit, laying a little bit more than I'd like to here, but maybe a Knicks first quarter look. But yeah, that's just another lean as well. My favorite play here on this slot would be the Sixers Pistons over.
There you go here from El Ninos here. Tell you what I think about some of these games here. I'm going to look at the Heat here, and they have covered 8 of 12. Brunson's injury is kind of significant. I'm surprised. What would be the line in there if he played? Probably 7.5, 8. I don't know. That still seems like a lot.
That would be too many for me.
Yeah. I think this is based on New York's how they played at home. We're covering and winning 7 of 8. They've been just powerhouses at home. Their only loss at home came on the back-to-back here. But Miami on the road, it hit 49%, 38% from 3, and they're defending the 3-point line. Right? Remember, they are playing that Memphis style of basketball. They got one of the Memphis's assistant coaches over there, and they've changed the complete way they play basketball, much more up-tempo there. So I can only look here at Miami in that spot. Yeah, for me, it's either I can't lay that kind of number here with the Nets, especially with the injury to Boncaro. You look here at this Orlando team. They're not a very good shooting team, 31% from 3 at home. They fail to cover 3 or 4 at home. I can only look at the Brooklyn side, although I would not make a bet on it. There's no way I'm betting Brooklyn. That's how I look at it. Pistons and the Sixers kind of there with Ron Hahn. I like the Sixers to cover. Not going to do money line with them, but the Sixers have covered 9 of 10 this year because they're shooting the ball extremely well. You look at them here on the road, 39% from 3, and they defend the 3-point line well. The issue with the Pistons, and this may come up as we get in the postseason, they don't shoot the ball very well. Just 45%, 34.8% from 3. Great defense, good 2-point shooting. But again, we got to get better shooting percentages from this Pistons teams if they want to go deep in the playoffs. They may be able to go deep in the Eastern Conference, but at some point, that shooting is going to hurt them because they're not shooting the ball well. I can only look here at Philly in this spot. All right, let's continue.
Real quick, sorry. I think you mentioned it yourself. I thought Embiid was questionable, but he is out, right? I think you said that yourself, right?
Yeah, the thing with Embiid these days, because they're more of a perimeter shooting team, he's only playing 22 minutes a game. So I don't even know if his impact on the court could be tough for rim protection. But if they're hitting their threes, they're not going to miss Embiid. That's really what it comes to. That's how I look at it there. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. Next up, we have Trailblazers Rockets. Houston laying about 8 in this one. Total sits 236. Kings and T-Wolves. Boy, the Kings are getting racked here. Now they're on the road here. Minnesota 11.5. Now we're seeing 12 up there now on the board. Total 240. The Lakers and Pelicans. Look at this respect for the Lakers. 10 in spots, 9.5 at Pinnacle. The total sits here 227.5. Let's take a look at the injury report here for this block of games. Lakers, Pelicans. No James, no Vincent. T-Row is questionable. On the Pelicans side, we've got no DeJounte Murray, no Poole, no Williamson there. Impact players there for the Pelicans sitting. Portland and Houston. Scoot's still out. Thibault and Wesley are out on the Houston side. While Van Fleet is out. Well, they haven't ruled him out for the year, so he's still showing up on the injury reports. Finney-Smith out as well for the Rockets. And then we go over to Sacramento, Minnesota. We got no Murray. Sabonis and Monk. These are 2 impact players. They're both questionable. Just Shannon out for Minnesota. Over to El Ninos.
Yeah, I like a couple overs a lot in this slot, better than that one I gave out with all the question marks, injuries we got in that Pistons-Phillies game. I like the Rockets, Blazers to go over this total. They've both just been trending that way. Houston 8-1-1 the over. Portland is 8-3 the over. And I also like the Lakers game to go over. They're 9-3 the over. And the Pelicans are not quite that heavy on the over, but still 6-5 the over on the season. So I like those two overs quite a lot here in this slot. And again, I would the other one was Kings Wolves.
Kings Wolves in the slot.
Yeah, so I would lean again to the Kings getting all the points. But yeah, it was a rough one last time. It didn't work out too well for them last time. And again, big question mark there with Sabonis. So maybe check in later on for that one for sure.
Yeah, Kings are really having trouble at times now. Talking about rebuild, which you know what that means. Therefore, for Sacramento, yeah, I agree with El Ninos on the over here with Portland, Houston. Both teams are trending heavily to the over. One note here: Rockets 8-1 the over. Trailblazers 8-3 the over this year, and the Rockets are they're just balling at home right now. The way they're putting points up on the board at home this year, hitting 49%, 43% from three. Trailblazers themselves shooting the ball well. And not defending well, I should say. They are putting up 122 points a game here on the road this year. So I like the over in that one. Yeah, I can't back Sacramento. I can only look at Minnesota in this spot. You look at the Kings, they have failed to cover 4 of their past 5. They're getting outscored by 20 points per game over their past 5. I can only look at that way. And I can't lay 10 on the road with the Lakers. I know how bad the Pelicans are and how much they're missing. To me, this is one of those stay away games out of these 3. I just can't lay 10 on the road here with the Lakers. There's no way, no how. Even though they've had some road success. Of course, they are coming off a blowout at Oklahoma City, but this is a massive step down in class here for LA facing this Pelicans team. But I don't want to lay that kind of number on the road with them. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Simone Show. And we will, let's see, we said Franz Wagner is out. Did we say that, or did we say Moritz Wagner is out? I'm showing here in Orlando.
It's Mo, isn't it?
I thought it was Moritz Wagner. He's the one that's been out all season pretty much.
No, France is in.
Yeah, France is in. Yeah, Franz Wagner is in. It's Moritz Wagner who's out. Yeah, Moritz Wagner. He's been out pretty much for all season for Orlando. So it's Moritz that we got here being out. Yeah, that's right. Moritz Wagner's out, not Franz Wagner. Correct. All right, let's continue here on the 20 Morning Show. As we continue on, we'll move on over to Hornets and Bucks, a rematch here, but Giannis didn't play the last meeting. Here we got Milwaukee here laying 9.5. We're seeing 10s pop up, total 239. Mm-hmm. Clippers and Mavericks. We got the Clippers here, 3 on the road. There are some 2.5s now popping up. Total 219.5. Warriors and Spurs, the rematch. The Spurs laying 2. What were they laying? What 4.5? A couple of days ago. But that was a back-to-back spot, if I'm not mistaken, for the Warriors. So that explains the difference in line here. Yeah, it's a 2-point line, 2.5. There's 3s pop through your line shopping. Total 235.5 here. And in the injury report here in this slate of games for Charlotte, we see Green, Kalbrentner, the rim protector, out. Brandon Miller still out. Williams here, another rim protector, out here for this Charlotte team. We've got McNeely, questionable. Simpson, probable. Ball, probable in this game. Looks like Diabate is going to be a rim protector there for this Hornets team today, trying to keep Giannis away from the rim. Porter and Prince out here for the Bucks. You may look at some of the scoring I was going to say look at some of the scoring props for Giannis, but they're going to be too high because he's playing out of his mind right now. Giannis probable in this game. And then we move on over to Clippers and Dallas. Kawhi Leonard out. And I believe Beal is no longer in the injury report. Beal has been ruled out for the season with that hip injury. Mm-hmm. So Beal out for the year. Massive blow for the Clippers. Losing Beal, because he was hoping he was going to fill the shoes for Norman Powell. I didn't think he did a very good job of it, but still he's out for the year. And we move on to Dallas side. XM Irving out. Irving has not been ruled out for the year, so he's going to continue to show up here on the injury report. Davis, Lively, Washington here are questionable. And in the Warriors and Spurs, this is your Amazon Prime late night game. Melton out. Kuminga questionable. Tuhi is probable. And just on the San Antonio side, Dylan Harper is out. This has been about the healthiest we've seen San Antonio in years here, because they've always had 2 or 3 guys on the reports almost just about every game the last 3 or 4 seasons. We move on over to Alninas.
Yeah, only one play I like most here is just going to be back to another over, and I think it's the Warriors Spurs going to go over here. We got Golden State is 9-4 the over, San Antonio 7-4 the over. And, we get a more rested Warriors team this time around. So I think Curry runs around, gets his shots off, and so do the Spurs. They go back and forth. See a lot. This should be another fun one. It was a good one we watched last time. This was one of the games I'm looking forward to tonight, but I think we go over the total here.
Yeah, it should be an exciting one there. Yeah, someone says who's going to win this in-season tournament, right? We've seen no LeBron. Well, they didn't get to Vegas last year. They got their season to go, but I'm going to look at Milwaukee. The one team that has gotten to Vegas the past 2 years has been Milwaukee. They won the Cup last year, and they beat Oklahoma City in the money game last year. That was the finals. We could see a rematch there, the way OKC's played, and Milwaukee seems to want to play in this tournament because they made it to Vegas the past 2 seasons. So I'm going to come in here with Milwaukee here. Again, who's going to rim protect? They're missing the 2 big guys. Diabate, good luck. They're the third stringer guy. I think Giannis is going to have a field day there. Like I said, it is a cup game. The Bucks have been good in cup games. I'm going to take them in this spot there. And also, this Dallas Clipper game. What happened?
Sorry, no, I was laughing. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't be laughing about this because I'm not even sure why he's out. Sorry. Never mind.
LeBron one? No, the LeBron one. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no, not LeBron. Yeah, never mind. I'll pass.
All right. I'll look here at this Dallas side. I can't lay the Clippers. This is a team that's been absolutely trash on the road this year, almost a minus 19 net rating. It's just been ugly for this Clipper team. I think, you're getting, I don't know. It's just the one thing Dallas does is they do defend at home. That's the one thing they do. So I would look at Dallas in the points. I could look at the Spurs here coming back in this bounce back again. Warriors 2-6 of the spread on the road. Show me some consistency on the road, not just for one game. That's what I want to see from the Warriors. They blow games. They throw away games a lot. But, man, the Spurs have won 6 of 8 at home. 5 of 6 at home, averaging 118 points per 100 possessions. Golden State 2-6 on the road, a minus 9 net rating, and they're not shooting the ball well. And their defense has been terrible on the road this year. Again, you got to show me that you can do this more consistently on the road. So I'll look at San Antonio in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Hicks Morning Show, guys. Make sure you hit that like, that subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. It really helps to build up our audience. All right, let's go to college basketball. This time of the year, what we do is we just tell you, give us what you got. We'll go into the blocks once we get into early January, late December. When we get to the conference play, we'll start doing blocks. But here, just give us what you got. Make note, we do have a game here with Arizona UCLA. They'll be played in the Intuit Dome in Inglewood. Hey, maybe UCLA wants to play there. They're going to play there. They're going to move to the SoFi. They're leaving the Rose Bowl. UCLA going to play in SoFi. So they're going to go. You're going to go. You can go walk SoFi and then check out what it looks like at the Intuit Dome right across the street there. But man, parking is like $100 over there. That's what sucks about that. You're going to find that out, UCLA fans. You're going to be paying $100 for parking now when you can play it in SoFi. That's what sucks about about going out there. Is it's so damn expensive to park there. Unless you want to walk 2 miles, then you're going to pay $50. It's just ridiculous what the parking is over there. But anyway, college basketball, El Ninos, give us what you got.
Yeah, shout out Inglewood. Used to spend my summers out there at my grandparents' house there. Anyway, not much. I honestly, again, still not much on college basketball. Waiting still for a bigger sample size to get a better feel on these stats, or a better read, I should say, on these stats. But right now, a couple leans for me. I'll take, and again, still got NBA, NFL, and NHL to focus on right now as well. So it's been as well as college football. So still waiting on more of a sample size here out of college basketball. But a couple leans again. I'll go Hampton over Brown here. I'll just take a money line. And then Providence again, a small favorite on the road here, but pretty much a pick. I'm just laying a little bit of juice with Providence here again over Colorado.
Yeah, from El Ninos. I'm going to be butting heads with El Ninos. I'm going to take the Colorado team here with the elevation advantage here against Providence. Colorado here at home here shooting the threes at 40%. Yeah, they beat Eastern Washington. Eastern Washington's been giving teams tough times here on the road. Montana State has been their wins here, but again. Pretty good three-point shooting team, pretty good turnovers. Looking at Providence this year, they really haven't defended the three ball well at all, giving up 39% from three, not forcing turnovers defensively. So I'll look at Colorado here with the elevation advantage there in Colorado. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Hicks Morning Show as we move on over to NHL. Slight board as we do on the Fridays, not a lot of games. 4 games on the board here. Penguins, Predators. We're at the Pens here. Road favorites, $1.25, total 6.5. Canucks and Hurricanes. In this one, we've got the Hurricanes 270, total 6.5. Flyers and Blues. Here, the Blues at $33, total 5.5. Islanders and Mammoth. It's the Mammoth 202, total 6.5 over to El Ninos.
Yeah, again, not much on these later ones, but someone was asking about the Penguins game. Are we laying the money line or something along those lines? And yes, I will be on the Penguins here to get the job done on the road over the Predators. Hurricanes, Canucks, yeah, massive number, but getting them around even money here if you're laying the puck line. So that's where I'm looking here. Not much value in that play, so understand if you pass on that one, but again, if you just wanted to pick on it, I'd just go Hurricanes, puck line again. Not much on these late games.
Not much on late games from El Ninos here. There you go. We got through our sports coverage for today, and now it's time for our parlay purple segment, where our captains give it a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. They make the call here. We go back over to El Ninos.
Yeah, going to go with the NBA, and as I said, I think the theme of the day, at least I'm hoping, is some overs here. I think we got three pretty good ones with the Blazers, Rockets over, and Lakers, Pelicans over, as well as the Warriors, Spurs over.
There we go here from El Ninos here, and I'll tell you here, I'm going to look at college football here for Saturday. I handicapped some of these games. I think I handicapped 15 last night, and there's one here that I'll give you guys here on the show. And let me get to it here for you right now. I'm going to go ahead and take Virginia Tech plus the points here against Florida State. And I know it's Florida State just 1-5 straight up end of the spread against the ACC. The Hokies on the road they're running the football effectively on the road. Florida State has really struggled here in conference with quarterback accuracy, and pass defense has been their issue here. But I'll look at Virginia Tech here at the plus the 14. All right, we got you through that. Now it's time to see what we have for sale over at Tony's Picks, heading to a big weekend of action with lots of college football on the board. We're winding down the regular season. It's already week 12. Looks like we only have 3 more full boards of college football this week, next week, and then the 29th. And then we get into the conference championship game. So 3 more full boards of college football remaining here for this year. And also a lot of NBA, college basketball in swing. Let's take a look and see what El Ninos has for sale over at Tony's Picks, where El has been on a tear in the NFL this year. Put up some fantastic numbers here for El. We'll get it up there for you right now. Let me go ahead and hit the link screen here. Where are we at here? El Ninos. Here we go. El Ninos, 702 units of profit. By the way, click the link in the description. That'll take you right over to our site over at Tony's Picks, where you'll find our best bets and premium plays from all of our cappers. Documented leaderboards up here showcasing top performers. Let's see what El Ninos have for sale over at Tony's Picks.
Yeah, just one NBA up right now. Don't think I'm going to get there with the NHL. If I do, spoiler alert, it's probably the Penguins. But as of right now, just one play in the NBA. And there goes Tony. Yeah, could get there with my 3-pack in the NBA. If not, definitely got the one I like best out there if you just want to check that out. But again, the best way to go is always getting one of those long-term 2-for-1 capper passes and pair me up with your favorite capper and get all the Steam plays emailed right to you. Welcome back, Tony.
Yeah, I know. I didn't like I went back to the Google screen here. It looked like I updated my browser, but didn't like it when I did that when I did that program for some reason here. But anyway, yes, that's right. Get on board with El Ninos over at Tony's Picks. You can see his numbers up there, all documented over at Tony's Picks. So get on board. And remember, the promo code TonyT at checkout will knock off that 15%. And, of course, that will stay there. All right, we're with you guys here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time here on the Tony's Morning Show. So make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. And, of course, I just wanted to show you more what Alan's got for sale here as we scroll down. He's got a place for you up on the board. So get on board with El Ninos over at Tony's Picks. All right, with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. It is the Tony's X Morning Show. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. It really helps us build up our audience when you do that. But of course, we got a lot more content for you right over on the YouTube channel. So if you guys just go over to YouTube, just type in Tony's Picks on the search, and you'll be able to find our site there with a lot of great content for you there. And when you scroll down to it, you'll find the compilation videos. Got some stuff for me up there on the NBA deep dives in college football. We got part 4 up there as well for you. So we got lots going on. Props today from El Ninos with NBA props. Of course, the hit list coming in here from Chris with the hit list. El Ninos also producing content for you here on with the shorts. college football up, NBA up from Ramon and myself, college basketball from Ramon. He's got you covered with a lot of games today. What looks like 5-6 games up there from Ramon today. Yeah, he's got it well covered for you guys up on the board. Looks like we got 7 games from Ramon here in college basketball. So a lot of great content there, guys. Just hit the videos with Ramon with the college hoops. NHL up there with Ramon as well. Don't forget Chris's hit list from the NHL, fight videos, college basketball, and more shorts. Check us out there on the YouTube channel, guys. Lots of great content. And, of course, if you happen to miss any of our live shows, just hit that live tab, and you'll be able to check a replay of our live show, our live show in the morning. You'll be able to see also the night moves of Ramon and DeAndre. Check that out, 2:30 a.m. Eastern time. And, of course, there you can also check a replay for those of you guys out on the East Coast that want to get watch a show early in the morning. Well, Night Moves is your show because it gives you a complete rundown on today's card, and we also clip the videos from them as well. Happy Hour with Ron, 5 p.m. Eastern time. You see the regulars up there with Ron, and you also see Brian in there, and some of our cappers in the morning also pop in to that happy hour. So lots of great content up there. Of course, El Ninos will catch you here on the shows, as well as your dog videos and more.
Yeah, the dogs are back, taking a day off today, but check them out. And so are the shorts. But we'll be back for the weekend.
Check it out, guys. Lots of great content over on the Tony Picks YouTube channel. Of course, I'd like to thank everyone on the site. Of course, I think we got DeAndre Night Moves breaking down college football weekend slate. So check them out on DeAndre and Ramon here on the Night Move show tonight, 2:30 a.m. Eastern time. Big college football card for you guys. One of our biggest Saturdays of the week. I think there's 50 games on Saturday, so we're looking forward to that big card. So hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate that. All right, that'll do it here for the show, guys. Back again tomorrow with a big rundown on the games. Alninos, anything to say before we close it out?
Yeah, I forgot to mention when you asked me what I had up. I already have some NFL out. If you want to check that out early, definitely some close lines to some key numbers there. If you want to get those before you miss them, got my favorite bet on Sunday as well as the Monday nighter. So check those out as well. And again, your best way to go is just getting those long-term passes. You get all the plays that way.
There you go. Here we go. El Ninos is up there. NFL Sunday up there. NBA as well. Remember, all of our one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must earn a profit amount purchased is credit back to your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. So get on board with El Ninos over at Tony's Picks. And you can see the long-term descriptions. You guys like that 3-day pass here on the weekend. You get all of L's premium plays for 3 days here. Head into a big weekend of action from NFL, college football, NBA, NHL, and college hoops. Get on board with El Ninos over at Tony's Picks. All right, guys. That's going to do it there for the show. We're back again tomorrow live, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure you stay tuned to the happy hour, 5 p.m. Eastern time. We got Rod, we got Brian, we got Ron Crawford with you. Of course, get those injury updates, get those goalie changes and more on the show. That's right, our man DeAndre looking here for some dog videos. It's barking on Friday. All right, that's going to do it here. I'll look forward to seeing you here, DeAndre, on the Night Move show. Of course, you're welcome to show happy hour and come to the morning show anytime you want. You know that you've been on the morning show before, but we'll look forward to your presence with Ramon here on this big Saturday card as you break it down late night, 2:30 a.m. Eastern time. Check it out here on the happy hour. That'll do it for the show. I'm sorry, for the Night Move show. Night Moves. That'll do it for the show, guys. Going to wave goodbye. Make it a good one. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony 6 Morning Show.